Alright guys, so 7 stars are here. You don't have one. You get kind of worried. Do I need to make one right away? Do I need one in my inventory to have one? Can I beat anything without one? The answer to that is yes, obviously. Well, maybe not so obviously for you guys, but yes, you can. You don't need a 7-star right away. I think I made 2, one to play around with and one to get a secret TMR to play around with, but that's about it. So we're going to delve into exactly the mindset you should have going into 7 stars as content's coming out. Eventually, we'll have content designed around 7 stars, but that won't be for quite a while. I mean, give it like 4, 5, 6 months. We'll start getting content designed around you having multiple 7 stars on a team, 1 or 2 here or there, and then eventually, I think the first trial we'll end up getting is like the trial of Gilgamesh Reborn. That's really based around having a bunch of 7 stars, but that's not coming out for a long time. I think even JP just got that like 2 months ago. So with that mindset, you know, what sort of things should you be looking for when you're determining whether or not you want to make a 7-star, if you need to sit on your resources, or how you should play in your team comp around 7 stars being on your friends list. So as we go forward, the most important thing to note is that the 7-star meta gets pushed more and more towards having a unit with true double hand, with double cast, triple cast CG heroes coming out, you know, a month or so from now. And that's really the strength, right? You have a unit who hits like 2,000 something attack, uses a two-handed weapon, blows holes through people. They dual cast while two-handing, so they still hit twice. Maybe they hit 3 times on the rare occasion. And so like dual wield really kind of falls off at that point, because why dual wield and have like 1,300 attack when you can just true double hand 2,500 attack and hit 2 times anyways with ridiculous multipliers? So that being said, a lot of the strength not only comes from these new units being able to double cast, but they also can double cast chaining skills, and that's where you can really take advantage of the units on your friends list by looking at the chaining partners available in the game. So I have a couple of the breakdown of some representatives of some of the most popular chaining families now and in the future, because there's going to be a couple more chaining families added. And the big thing that you're going to see when 7-star units or units get their 7-star awakening form is that a lot of the units will actually be a part of multiple chaining families. Divine Ruination is still going to be the most popular, but the second most popular is going to be a brand new chaining family. And so let's talk about that for a second. So the first one I want to talk about here is the Explorer Eileen, or the Eileen chaining family, the Power Driver +2 family. It's pretty much the rarest of the chaining families as far as I know, but it's still an option. So if you do have a unit, you know, maybe you run around with Eileen, maybe Eileen's your strongest 7-star unit, you're going to have a couple of options. I think like Randy, when he gets a 7-star, has a Power Drive chaining move. So I think Randy has like 3 different chaining families. He's got Quick Hit, I think. He's got Power Driver. He's got something else as well. That man's a monstrosity. So Power Driver, 7-hit plus chaining family skill right there. Not bad there. Now, Octaslash here is available, and it'll get a little bit more chaining families with Sephiroth, but the real deal with Sephiroth here is that Sephiroth, and this is supposed to be my Pyroglacial Last, well, I don't have one, okay, but Sephiroth and Pyroglacial Last will be a part of a new chaining family, and it's going to be dubbed the Absolute Tranquility chaining family. And it's going to be a new family. I think it's like a 10-hit family. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head right now for some reason. But it's a new chaining family. It's the second most popular chaining family. And it's going to be a family pretty much exclusive to 7-star skills. So you can't really take advantage of that with 6-star form characters. So if you see, you know, a review by anyone, me or someone else, they're mentioning Absolute Tranquility chaining families, and you don't have that a 7-star with Absolute Tranquility, you know, if you did, if you're stuck with 6 stars, you don't have that one, so that unit's really not going to be that useful to you on your friends list. That being said, Divine Ruination Orlando chaining family is going to be super popular. Okay, so you can take your 6-star, you know, any unit that has Divine Ruination chaining frames, doesn't have to be Orlando, Dark Veritas, you know, whoever you want, and you'll be able to take advantage of a lot of different new 7-star units, because a lot of the new 7-star units, like CG Hyo, he has several skills that are absolutely insane, and they match Divine Ruination chaining frames perfectly. So you can go in, you can take your dual wield 6-star unit, bring your friend CG Hyo, even though one of them's dual casting, your friend CG Hyo is using W cast, and you're still dual wielding, as long as you have the same frame data, it's just like chaining 2 dual wield units anyway. So you can go ahead, bring your super strong friend 7-star, and just do a bunch of damage that way. We're going to go back to the era, back in the day when I started playing the game, of maximizing your damage through your friend unit. That's really what you want to be trying to do when bringing a party to a certain fight and trial and designing the fight around that trial. So you want to go ahead and bring your tank, bring your healer, bring your supports, bring a chaining friend that matches your strongest chaining 7-star friend, okay, whether they're dual cast or what have you. Now lightning here is on here as well, and lightning at 6-star doesn't chain with anyone. But one of the reasons I thought lightning was so good as a 7-star is because not only does everyone have access to one right away, so you have to pull like one other lightning, and it does a couple things. It allows her to chain with Tidus's quick hit chaining family, which becomes a little bit more accessible during the 7-star meta, and it's not super hard to get a 7-star lightning. If you've pulled one other lightning, you get one for free. You get the second one if you got super lucky in your rookie quest reset. You got 2 of them for free, and it enables her to chain with one of the most prominent damage dealing units in the game. When he does get his 7-star awakening, you get Tidus as a 7-star with fixed dice, something like that. Tidus can dual cast with that fixed dice. Okay, you can give your lightning, some sort of water weapon, and have her just dual wield and have her be an enabler for your Tidus friend to just blow things away when that is released. So as we're looking for down the line, every time a new unit comes out, you watch one of my reviews or someone else's reviews, or you read a review on Reddit or whatever, keep in mind what chaining family that unit is, and if it's a newer unit that you can put into your party team composition as a friend unit, and you can match those chaining frames with a 6-star unit, you'll be more than okay for damage as long as that friend unit is decently equipped. A bunch of us, back in the day, when we first started, that's what we did. We brought, our Agris. That's why Agris is so popular. Bring your Agris with Enhanced Divine Ruination. Bring your Camille so she can chain with quick hit and stuff like that. Now it's just like that, but as a different tier. Instead of like a 3-star base unit chaining with a 5-star base unit, it's like a 4 or 5-star base unit in a 6-star form, chaining with a 7-star unit. So it's the same concept. It's just brought up a tier. As far as cleaning out content, you'll still do decent damage with your dual wield unit or what have you, your 5-star base, 6-star max unit. It's not 7-star. You'll still do okay damage. You're not doing, you're not doing damage as if you're naked, but you're not gonna do as much damage as a 7-star unit who's geared. But you basically design your whole strategy around that. You basically let your 7-star friend do most of the damage for you. You enable him. You let him chain finish on himself. All of that fun stuff. So hopefully this gives you a little more in-depth insight as to how you should be going around and planning all of your team compositions going forward. I'll have a list of some of the more prominent chaining families that we have access to now in the description, as well as the units who fill those roles as far as chainers go, and then maybe a couple of the prominent chainers to look forward to in the future, guys. But hopefully this one helps you out quite a bit as far as planning out what you need to do in the future for the 7-stars, whether or not you need to go ahead and go ham right now and make every single 6-star unit you own a 7-star. You don't need to, really. Nothing's really designed around you having a whole team of 7-stars. So if you don't have, if you're not a bajillion gillionaire, you don't have a bunch of cactars and stuff like that, don't worry about it. Save them for the ones who really matter down the road. If you want to see more stuff, guys, check out the playlist section. If you want to see future content, I heard we got a new video today, but they took it down, so I couldn't really report on that quite yet. You want to see my reaction to that and stuff like that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.